Welcome to the AI-powered marketing show, where every day we explore the intersection of artificial intelligence with cutting-edge digital marketing strategy. I'm your host, Keith Bell, and if you are a digital marketer, entrepreneur, or tech enthusiast, or just an AI nerd just like me, then you're in the right place. Today, we are joined by Maxwell Nee. Maxwell Nee is the Chief Revenue Officer at ScoreApp, a groundbreaking platform that is revolutionizing the way businesses use quizzes to engage their audience and generate leads. He's helped over 6,000 users leverage ScoreApp's AI-powered quiz builder to personalize their marketing and scale their success. In this episode, we're diving deep into the power of quiz marketing, how AI is reshaping lead generation, and the strategies that have led ScoreApp to explosive growth under Maxwell's leadership. So whether you're looking to up your marketing game or just curious about the future of AI in business, stay tuned. This episode will be packed with actionable insights.
Welcome to the Digital Marketing Revolution. This is the AI-powered marketing show where the future of marketing is not just imagined, it's already here. Are you an entrepreneur, a digital marketer, or a tech enthusiast? Then you're in the right place. Every day, we explore the cutting-edge tools that help you manifest and monetize your expertise through the power of funnel hubs supercharged with artificial intelligence. Unlock the secrets of turning your expertise into a digital powerhouse. From actionable insights to transformative strategies, we've got you covered. Now, let's dive into the world where AI meets marketing, where ideas meet execution, and where you meet success. Your journey to marketing mastery starts here. Here's your host, Keith Bell, bringing the future of marketing to you today.
Please join me in welcoming to the AI-powered marketing show, Maxwell Nee. Welcome, Maxwell.
Hey, Keith. Thank you so much for having me.
I'm so excited to have you on the show. I've been following ScoreApp since 2021.
Oh, really?
I'm a big fan of. I build a lot of quiz funnels because I love how you can really drill down and segment your audiences using quiz funnels. And I'm a big fan of Ryan Levesque's Ask method. So I kind of came across ScoreApp back in 2021, and I've kind of been, quietly following the development as things go on. So you've had kind of an interesting background, an interesting career path. You went from banking to entrepreneurship, coaching. My understanding is you're a bodybuilder. You do dancing as well. Is that correct?
Yeah, so I've done a bodybuilding competition, managed to walk away with some trophies, and then also, won a few dancing competitions as well.
Cool. That is really cool. So you've got a well-rounded background, and you went through all this, and you went to ScoreApp. And my question is, what made you make such a big leap, and how did you end up at ScoreApp?
Yeah, good question. So when I left banking, I started my own digital marketing agency. So that was basically running paid ads for small businesses. That then evolved into a course selling business. So we were then showing businesses how they could, achieve their own digital marketing goals whilst holding their hand. So it's basically a course selling company. And we managed to scale that to about just over $2 million in revenue in less than 2 years, which was amazing. And a lot of people ask me how we did that, and the brutal answer is with a lot of leads and a lot of sales and a lot of sales calls. So what did we use to generate so many leads and so many sales calls? ScoreApp was one of the tools, and we actually started doing this before ScoreApp was conceived in like 2019, 2020. So my business partner and I Frankensteined our own version of a ScoreApp because we just knew that this type of funnel was highly effective. So then Daniel Priestley, who is a founder of ScoreApp, as well as Steve Oddy, who's a CTO, they let me know that they're working on ScoreApp for an actual app that does it all, a SaaS product, a bit like ClickFunnels and everything else. And I said, wow, count me in. So I invested as an angel investor, and then I distributed it to my client base at the time, and they all loved it. And then I went on to do some other things. That was about 2-3 years ago. And then just this year, I've come back and I've said, hey guys, where's I'd love to get involved, take ScoreApp to the next level. So the next level is we have about 6,000 clients right now, coaches, consultants, digital marketing agencies, any type of agency, service providers, financial planners, accountants using it right now. And the goal is to double that within about 18 months.
Yeah, I plan to. I've just developed something called the Funnel Hub Accelerator Program, and I actually plan to use it as a key component in promoting it to my clients, because I think it's such a powerful tool. So, as the CRO of ScoreApp, uh, what what causes or what drives your strategic decision making? Like, what is your ultimate goal?
Yeah, so we have an internal focus, and the internal focus in one sentence is we force our clients to be successful. Because not every client sees the intricacies of ScoreApp like yourself. Like someone that has a podcast about AI funnels and marketing, right? So we really hold our clients' hands into helping them use 100% of ScoreApp, right? Because there's so much you could use. There's so much um, you can do to just increase, little things. So as an example, a typical funnel for when I had my agency, a contact form landing page would convert at like 12 to 15%. But if you get your score up right, we've seen conversion rates up to 80%. But that's exceptional, like beyond exceptional. What's a bit more common is, between 20 to 40%. So, those are pretty big numbers, especially when you're paying ads, driving traffic. You can imagine what that does to your funnel.
Yeah, well, it's all it all starts with leads. I mean, you can't go anywhere in this business, in marketing, in any kind of business, unless you're driving leads to your business. You got to have somebody to talk to about what you're doing. So, ScoreApp has been called a game changer, and can you explain like how ScoreApp simplifies the lead generation process?
Yeah. So what we do for between $50 to $150 per month is we help, which is not a lot of money considering everything that we do, which is we help any small business owner, coach, consultant, service provider, online entrepreneur to build their own personal marketing funnel for their individual clients. And the funnel that we use is called a quiz funnel. So, what's a quiz funnel? If you've ever done a personality test, what type of personality are you? What type of entrepreneur are you? That's a quiz funnel, right? It's a value exchange where you give your information on one hand, your name, your phone number, you answer questions about yourself in exchange for like a personalized report on you based on your answers. So that's a quiz funnel. If you've ever done a body type test, what type of body type are you? What exercises should you use to lose weight and that type of thing. Those are all quiz funnels. And the reason why it's so effective, there's a few reasons. The first reason is that um, it provides personalized insights, right? So if you think of a 45-minute sales call, a quiz funnel will typically knock over the questions and the feedback and the interaction of the first 10 minutes of a 45-minute sales call, right? Because it's two-way. It's a two-way quiz funnel creates a two-way exchange of information. And then, like the emotional hook, so to speak, that I see, that I like to talk about, is it pulls on the emotional, I don't know if you call it a need, but the emotional hook of like vanity, right? Because you're learning about yourself. Why do we do a personality quiz? Because we want to learn about ourselves. We want to discover, we want to identify ourselves. We want to have in writing why we're different. Why do we read horoscopes and star signs? Like, why do we even care? Because we want to learn about ourselves, and we want to know, well, you're this, well, you're Capricorn, so I'm this, which means that my strengths are this, and my weaknesses are this. So it's like that self-discovery and self-identity aspect as well. That's very, very subtle, but it's very, very powerful, right?
Yeah, I think from all the quiz funnels that I've built and from studying Ryan Levesque's ask his ask campaign is that people love to self-identify, who they are, and I don't know what that dynamic is. I'm sure there's some psychological premise behind it, but a lot of marketing is all about psychology, and basically, with I guess with ScoreApp, you're doing the same thing. You're um, capturing that psychological need to self-identify. So I have to confess that I've been promoting, your upcoming interview, and I made a huge mistake. I 10x your growth. So you now have 600,000 subscribers.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
If anybody asks you, hey, that guy in the United States said you got 600,000 subscribers, that was a mistake on my part. But what do you think's getting businesses to really, really jump in and get on board with ScoreApp?
Well, I can answer both questions. So we have a couple 100,000 free users. So there's a free version, then the paid version. You know, Typical freemium model like Spotify or YouTube, and it's I really believe it's an educational journey. So we really have uh, mini classes, webinars. We're doing one today. We're doing two today. We do them almost every month, or at least every 2 months. Mini classes, webinars. We've got toolkits, PDF toolkits, copy and paste, templates. We make it as easy as possible, right, for our clients to win. And we have like an internal memo, 10, 10, 10, where we help clients create their first 10 leads within 10 days, right? Of them using the app, because if they can do that, then they've gone over the speed bump, right? Especially if they're not tech savvy. Not you have to remember that 90% of the population is not tech savvy, and so we're and you can go on the website right now without even creating an account and check out the templates that you could download, right? And just plug those into your business. There's health, there's financial planning, there's life coaching, there's business coaching, and just put in your flavor, right? So you got the templates, add in your flavor. We just want to get you out there and trying this thing, because as soon as you try it, and you don't need to run ads. A lot of our content is anti-running ads. It's about learning to swim in a bathtub first before you jump in the ocean, right? Because if you can't swim in the bathtub, you can't swim in the ocean with paid ads. So we encourage you to just put your ScoreApp in your email footer, right? And that'll generate leads. We encourage you to put your ScoreApp in your podcast notes, and that'll generate leads. Or to um, put it on your LinkedIn profile, or post it on LinkedIn, or post it on Facebook, or drop it in a Facebook group, or if you have a WhatsApp group, drop it in there, right? And we have a community of like 4,000 users that are in a Facebook group that all give feedback on each other's score ups, right? So like there's so much support to make this a real human experience, not like you're just buying some kind of technology product and we'll never hear from you again.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing about any technology driven product is ease of use and that onboarding process. And I just last week I signed up for ScoreApp, uh, you know, account, and I've started to play around with it. And I have to say, it is so easy to use. I mean, it's ridiculously easy to use. What kind of feedback are you getting from other customers on their use of the product?
Well, it wasn't as easy to use until we integrated AI, right? So when you set up your score app, you basically fill out a quiz, and AI reads your quiz and then spits out questions, concepts, copywriting, scoring, all for you, like 95% of the heavy lifting. And typically it writes about 6 to 7 hours of copywriting for you, right? So you don't even need to be a copywriter. You don't even need to hire a copywriter, right? And then you just polish it up with your flavor. So that's reduced the time to set up a score app from, hours, maybe even days for some people, down to minutes. So that is definitely a game changer, because there's all these other apps that have different parts of AI, but we've just whacked them all into one so that you could just get this outcome that you've come to use.
Yeah, like I I've been following you guys for a couple years now, and I think you hit the nail on the head there. When I looked at it years ago, I was still kind of learning quiz funnels and how the quiz process worked, and it was a bit complex for me. I think AI has made a lot of processes so much easier. And when you have questions, you can get immediate feedback because you can ask, questions, right there. So, um, the quizzes on ScoreApp collect some pretty valuable data. How does the platform help businesses use that data to improve their marketing and better reach their target audience?
Yeah, so we have a few different educational pieces in the platform, where we encourage people. So the the most valuable data um, is basically an open question. So let's say you've got a 10 question body type quiz, or whatever, and it's 10 questions specific to that outcome. But then you might want to slip in maybe one or two open questions, one in the middle and one at the end, right? And then the open question might be something like, how much would you pay to have your dream body by this summer, right? Or what what's what's been the most frustrating, or like an emotional question that doesn't that where the answer could be totally open, could be a paragraph, sentence, could be one word. What's the most frustrating thing about not having your goals, not being able to achieve your fitness goals, as an example? So the first question, they basically tell you their price of what they're willing to pay. Right? So then you could just work out, okay, they're in this price range or in that price range. I want to offer this product. I want to offer products A and B instead of C and D, right? Off my shelf. And then you also want to know, what they're thinking, not just their answers, but like their thought process and their internal dialogue. If you could talk to a client's internal dialogue, that's when you're really, really talking to like their soul, like their deep pain point of, the textbook marketing saying, what keeps them up at night, right? So you could actually just pull that out of them in those open questions. And I used to ask those open questions when I had my digital marketing agency for my clients, pull that out of them, and then just formulate those into the copy straight in the landing page, right? Because then you can't lose, because you're actually talking to them how they talk to themselves, and that's really powerful.
So when I've built quiz funnels, I always have like a segmentation question in there that kind of segments them into one of four buckets, one of six buckets, and I use that so that I can personalize their experience. Does your platform kind of do the same thing?
Yes, you could choose. So you could choose like a rating system, on a percentage of 1 to 100. You could choose multiple rating systems. You could choose categories. So it could be the category of what's a different category? Different category could be buckets of income, right? Like, are they $1 million plus, $500,000 to $1 million, under $1 million, like buckets? Or you could choose total custom categories, right? Where you might have your own IP, where you're saying you're a rainmaking business owner, or so you make your own um, uh, customized sections, a bit like a personality test, a Myers-Briggs test. You're an ENFJ, so you could choose that, or numbers, or total custom.
So, as the CRO of ScoreApp, what are some of the key strategies? I know you talked about one earlier that you've put in place to help ScoreApp grow and bring in new customers on a consistent basis.
Yeah, so we used to spend high, almost six figures a month on ads, and that works as much as it works, right? It probably only worked up to five figures, but then we just tried spending more to see if it worked beyond that. And we found that slow and steady is actually helping us create more paying clients. And slow and steady is SEO, YouTube videos, content every week. I shot 10 ads just yesterday, rented a studio, and podcasts, podcasts and events. People really, really underplay podcasts, and podcasts don't get enough credit. But I'll share with you some numbers. Some of our biggest users are podcasters, podcast listeners, because when when a podcast is someone's form of medium of how they absorb information or how they want to learn, but maybe they prefer listening than reading books, right? They'll typically absorb about 7 hours of podcasting a week, right? So 1 hour a day. So that's a lot, right? And then when they do that, typically you do have their undivided attention. People don't really flick through podcast channels the way they flick through TV channels, right? You pick one, you give it a go, and if it holds you long enough, then you're there for the whole session. Whereas people typically listen to the full thing. So that is really powerful, and I believe that is such an underutilized method of distribution. And then you got to have the lead magnet that then converts those listeners, viewers, those eyeballs, those ears into emails and actionable people that have signaled interest to you, that hey, look, I'm interested in your funnel program, Keith, type of thing.
Has any one strategy worked better? Organic traffic, content marketing strategy?
Yeah, so YouTube definitely surprised us, right? YouTube is a bit you definitely need to work with someone that knows what they're doing on YouTube, because it can definitely be a bit demoralizing putting all this time. It's a lot of time, right? Editing videos, shooting them, worrying if you said the wrong thing. Like, it's just, there's so much mindset like you need to have solid to go to do it, and not have a bad experience. But when you get YouTube right, you've got this asset that's perpetual, right? You've got a video asset that's like some of our best converting video YouTube podcasts or videos on YouTube were recorded 2 years ago. And then now we've put them into our funnel, right? Into our follow-up emails, because they just convert so well, and we've hit the nail on the head. And a lot of them weren't YouTube videos. They were actually video podcasts that just, flowed so well, that now we repurpose them, right? A bit like what you do with your content, Keith. So, you could really hit, 10 nails on the head by doing some good podcasts.
Yeah, I've been a YouTuber for years, and I've really kind of backed away from it because it's so much work. I mean, writing your script and editing, and like you said, if you make a mistake, you got to go back and change it. and the algorithm is like, you have to be like a wizard to figure out the algorithm someday because it changes so much. And I think that's kind of why I've really, really enjoyed podcasting and switched to podcasting, because I like the conversational nature of it, and how I can interact with with guests, and I get to learn. I mean, that's all about what our show, the AI powered marketing show, is we investigate and examine and explore AI's impact on digital marketing. And every episode we learn a little bit more. And I hope, to share that with people. But uh, transitioning a little bit here, one of the, the biggest things that people that are in the SaaS business look at is churn. And, you know, you've got how many 600,000 customers do you have now? How many customers do you have now?
6,000. Yeah, 6,000.
6,000. So what are you doing to keep them happy? What's been the most successful approach to, retaining those customers?
Yeah, so um, I think churn is a two-way street. How you get the customers in definitely contributes to how long they stay. For example, if we hit 6,000 users, paying users, because we were running sales every month, then churn's going to be double digits and above, right? So we just to mention one thing, we very rarely, and most SaaS products that are good very rarely ever do sales, because if you're relying on sales to generate interest instead of 10xing value, like $50, we could generate at least $500 or $5,000 of value in your business. That's the game that we're in, and that's a big sticky part of churn, right? Like that helps people to be sticky rather than churn through. And then there's also new content and campaigns and educating, right? So we have this book, Scorecard Marketing. I'd love to get a copy out to each one of your users. So it's a very small book. It's only about less than 200 pages, and it breaks down how this works, why it works, and how you could use it. And we give out that book, PDF, free copy to as many people as we can, because once it sinks in and once you just sit down and learn how to use it, it'll start really paying dividends in your business. And then we run monthly webinars that all of our existing clients are aware of, right? And then the list of upgrades that we're introducing into the app every month based on feedback from our customer support team is like a toilet roll. It could just keep going. You could just unwind that thing and just watch it roll out. So we've really, really got an amazing team, an A-star team, feed in a constant loop of feedback, customer service complaints, so to speak, into platform upgrades, to complaints, upgrades, complaints and upgrades, like this flywheel that keeps improving the service that we're giving to our clients.
So ScoreApp's AI tech is pretty cutting edge. How do you continue to make it easy for businesses, of every size and tech ability to use?
Yeah, so if first of all, the AI wizard takes care of 95% of problems. Those extra 5% of problems is where you could ask for more or less help. So we've got a customer support team that's two real people, native English speakers, right, based in London, and they're there for you, any day of the week. And then we also have a premium service where you could ask for hands-on, white glove help to actually build your scorecard, or you could actually outsource to an agency. So Scorecard has actually called on like fire to a few different agencies where all they do, there's a few that we have in our partnership circle, where all they do is they build scorecards for other people, right? And they build them really, really well. custom graphics and everything else in there, right? Just so you got your brand really tight, and if you really want to go out with something unique. So you've got like economy all the way up to first class.
So they've almost like used it to create like another revenue stream.
They've used it to create the whole business. Yeah. So they were marketing agencies before, but based on the efficiency, time, based on how they were able to master executing the strategies, in this scorecard marketing book, they switched the whole business over to just scorecards.
Wow, that's amazing. That's really cool. I'm always looking for new ideas and new revenue streams. So I can't wait to get my book. Scaling a company like ScoreApp has had to have come with some challenges. What have been some of the biggest obstacles, and how have you worked through them?
Yeah, so churn's definitely one of them. Working out that SEO and YouTube ads, YouTube videos, and podcasts are the best forms of new clients was definitely one of them. We, like, for example, there was a point where we were spending a ton of money on ads, almost 6 figures a month, and everything looked really great. Funnel looked really rich, and you had high numbers at the top, but it wasn't quite getting all the way through. Or if they did, the churn was really high, right? So that's what you're going to be careful of when you do like promotion-based marketing, campaign-based marketing, and like big pushes. That's all it is. It's a big push, but it's not a foundational like cement rock, like brick that you've added to your castle, right? That you've added to the castle of your business. And then, what really surprised us is that, one of our biggest sources of new clients is actually from referrals. So we used to only pay about 15% of revenue for referrals, but now it's 20, and based on your number of referrals, it goes up to 40%, which is a lot of money, right? So we have a few referral partners making a couple 100,000, every 6 months from ScoreApp.
Wow, that's great. Yeah, I just signed up to be an affiliate, so I can't wait to start. To promote it to all my clients and to my newsletter. AI and automation is like it's like the buzzword right now. I mean, it's overwhelming in some respects. What new features or innovations should we, as users of ScoreApp, look for coming up in the future?
Well, I like to simplify things, right? So the way I see AI is that it's the difference between an abacus and a calculator, right? So an abacus can solve the same problem as a calculator, but with a calculator, you just press a few buttons instead of, having to use your brain. You use 90% less of your brain, right, to work out numbers with a calculator compared to an abacus. And I think that, we're just at the tip of the iceberg in terms of people working out how to translate that abacus calculator transformation into their businesses. We're seeing it in legal contracts. I saw an app the other day that said, upload your legal contract, and AI will highlight all the pertinent points that you need to read twice, right? Then you've got graphic design. Everyone's seen the pictures from Midjourney. Then you've got questions. Then you've got, essay writing, right? So, I really wish I went to school in this time where I had ChatGPT to help me do the heavy lifting in my essay writing and assignments and things like that. But I think that, ultimately, it's, if you think about the currency, right? So what's the currency? What's like the philosophical thing that AI sells? It's time, right? So if you don't think of it as AI, but you think of it as something that sells more time, right? Like write an essay in 10 seconds.
Hey, digital marketers, entrepreneurs, and tech enthusiasts. Ready to elevate your AI game? Check out the AI-powered marketer newsletter from Keith Bell, host of the AI-powered marketing show. The AI-powered marketer newsletter is your go-to resource, packed with actionable insights, cutting-edge tools, and the latest news in AI and digital marketing. Whether you're optimizing sales funnels, exploring new AI strategies, or staying ahead of industry trends, this newsletter has you covered. Don't miss out on the chance to supercharge your marketing efforts. Subscribe now. Just click the link in the show notes to sign up today, and remember, the future of marketing is here and it's powered by AI. See you in the newsletter.
So if you think about the currency, which is the emotion, the philosophical thing that AI sells, it isn't advanced technology that it sells. It sells time. Write an essay in 10 seconds, create an architectural, amazing holiday home in 10 seconds, write for me 4 hours of copy in 10 seconds. That's what it sells. It sells time. So if you think about the most valuable thing on earth, right? It's time. So that's why AI is so valuable. It's not because people want more expensive tech in their life, or they want to pay Mark Zuckerberg or OpenAI or Microsoft more money. It's because they want to save more time. So the game will be, time saved will be the scorecard measured. It will be like the points on the scoreboard for who uses AI the best.
So how much are you guys using within your company, like AI driven tools to improve your productivity and, planning and things like that?
Yeah. So our CMO, Chief Marketing Officer, he's a genius. And so he's the SEO guy. And he showed me a graph the other day. I think he was doing a test on, published articles that were written by a human against published articles that were written by AI, like SEO articles. And you could see the viewership drop like a landslide, like you're jumping down the Grand Canyon, when we switch totally to AI. So it's not quite there yet, right, to do everything. But for scorecard copywriting and things like that, it can do 80-90%, which is fantastic.
Yeah, I find that it has made me like so incredibly productive too. Like I can just, I can do like 10 times more than I used to. And I have to agree with you. I wish when I was back at university that I could have had AI, because I would have been a phenomenal writer. Yeah. I would have had straight A's. So,
Yeah, me
well,
too.
as we wrap up things here, I want to give you kind of the last word here to talk a little bit about how people can learn about ScoreApp and talk a little bit more about the book offer.
Yeah, thank you. So here's our book. It's called Scorecard Marketing. You could buy it on Amazon for like $15, or you could, or I could give you one for free. So if you wanted to jump to ScoreApp, ScoreApp.com/book. So ScoreApp.com/book. We'll get you out a free physical copy, while stocks last. If not, then you get the PDF. And when you grab the book, whether or not you grab the book, you'll jump over to the website and then you register for a free account, and we'll do our part to force you to be successful with it.
Yeah, some people in this world need to be forced to be successful. I found it very easy to go through, getting the book and sending for it, and setting up my account was super easy. I really I've signed up for a ton of SaaS products, and yours was so simple to do. So, but hopefully everybody need to get this book. It is definitely, I think, quiz funnels are going to change the way things are done, and ScoreApp looks like they're going to change the way things are done in the quiz funnel marketplace. So Maxwell, I just want to thank you so much for coming on. I know it's early in the morning for you over there. It's getting close to bedtime for me here, but I just want to thank you again for coming on the show. You've been a great guest.
Perfect. Thanks, Heath. Appreciate it.
Thank you for tuning in to the AI Powered Marketing Show, hosted by yours truly, Keith Bell. We hope you found today's episode insightful and full of actionable tips to power up your marketing strategies with AI. Don't forget to visit the website at funnelosophy.com. There you'll find links to our podcast website as well as a subscription link to the AI Powered Marketer newsletter. Here on our newsletter, you can stay ahead of the curve with the latest trends, tools, and tips delivered straight to your inbox. We'd love to connect with you on social media. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Join our community of like-minded marketers. Come on by and say hello. Get behind the scenes content, join the conversation, and never miss an update. Until next time, keep innovating, keep iterating, and stay ahead of the curve with the power of AI in your digital marketing efforts. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you in the next episode of the AI Powered Marketing Show. Take care.